Well, let me ask you a question. So when you get a call like that, I've never gotten a call like that. I imagine most people who are listening have not gotten calls like that. When there's this, not only there's been a suicide bombing and someone has blown themselves up in a presumably public area, but there may be others, and you're in a public place, you're in a cafe. What goes through, I mean, I just can't imagine living that. That has to just, like, where do you go? I mean, obviously you're on your way home, but how do you sort where to go when that would feel very helpless to me? Like, you don't know if there's another one coming. These people who are bombing, they just wear vests and they blow themselves up. Like, how do you organize yourself?
Because of terrorism in Israel and that hit the Israel is so often, it become like an unwritten code. If there is an attack, you go to help. You just go and help whoever you can. There's fear, obviously, and when someone tells you that there was an attack in your hometown, there's a bigger fear that you lost someone that you know.
You're 24 years old, and your first inclination is not to go home, but it's to go and help.
Absolutely.
And so, how long does it take you to get from the cafe to the place where the bomb went off?
Minutes. We drove. My friend drove the car, and we saw no red lights. We just drove, and at the same time, we called, friends and family to see if everyone is okay. And then we arrived to the scene. And
so, by the way, the guy or gal who blew themselves up, what was the reason for them doing? Like, who was this? It was a terrorist attack, but who was the terrorist?
He was affiliated with Hamas, and he worked with an Arab-Israeli group from Jerusalem who all sit in jail. So basically, they work together with Hamas. And they used to find places in Israel that have no security at the door, and then Hamas used to send the suicide bomber. They used to arrange the ride, and that's it. You have an attack.
Wow. So this guy grew up. The guy who blew himself up grew up in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
And do you know how old he was?
I believe he was, I'll say, in between 18 to 25.
So, I mean, it's not a crazy idea to think you guys may have passed each other before.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. I spent a lot of time in Jerusalem, many times eating falafel or shawarma on the streets of Jerusalem, and it's true.
Because I just thought of that. I thought, wow, here's a guy that's your age that somehow gets recruited to be the suicide bomber, but you guys could have crossed paths on several occasions.
Yeah, it is true. And, with so many suicide bombers or other attackers, I'm sure that many other Israelis met them here and there. And, a month later, they just attacked them. Yeah.
So, okay. So you're literally running. In minutes, you're at the scene. You're calling your friends and family. Your friend is driving the car. Are you sweating at this point?
No, I'm not sweating. The adrenaline, the feeling inside of me, it is hard to describe, but you just want to get there. You just want to help people. You just want to make sure that you can save another life. This feeling that you have to get there as soon as possible, that's what you feel. But also, again, the fear that you lost someone.